Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday to everybody. As we gather in, I am proud to say that I am happy to be able to bring you this news and disseminate that we get slow justice. Even though slow, we get it. Um, there's a lot of different, opinions that go around in all these communities out on YouTube. And everybody has their certain biases of what they accept as real news and what they don't. And most of the time, what we're dealing with is just denial. They don't, it's the ego system, you know, just us. Um, People that believe in justice, they think it's just for them. And, bootlickers and police officers and all the authorities have brainwashed themselves that they are the good guys all the time, even when they make mistakes and create crimes themselves on other people that are felonies, which makes them criminals. And they fail to believe that. And I am getting sick of it. We have video after video after video. So just like some officers will concede, well, yeah, there's some good auditors or journalists out there, and then there's some bad journalism. You know, the good, the bad, the ugly is in everything, and we know this because it's transparent. It's going on a court of record coming from their side, but the prosecutor being their cop. Okay. And this is one of the things that I want to talk about in this case is that um, this Falls River police officer, Michael, uh, he thinks by filing false police reports that he can hide his crime against a person that was just simply questioning his ethics and his policing and how he arrested his sister. And I'm just saying, there was like, I think 5 cops sitting around here. But before I get into that, I just want to welcome all my subscribers. Mike Stevens, how you doing? Old Dutchman, what's up, brother? It's good to see you. Seek and Destroy Audits, what up, baby? Brian, what up, what up, what up? AFE, what's up? The People's Actual Liberty, what's up? Rob McBride, what up? Joe Cool, what's happening, baby? Always good to see you, brother. You know that's right. Scrubzilla, what's happening, baby? Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Um, so I just wanted to show this, and here let's just put this up real quick, and we will go from there. I think nope, that's not it. That's not the one that's on my other screen. Well, we got that mixed up. Here we go. Yeah, there's the thing. Woohoo! All right, cool. So let's make this a big screen. I'll put this down there. Yeah. And you will see the sweep. Okay. I want you to watch this officer right here. Remember, he was just questioning. So you got 1, 2, 3 other cops as the officer in question that gets sentenced to 18 months in this story. Finally, just a couple days ago, I think it was Friday, he gets sentenced. But this guy right here, you see this guy right here? Where's my thing? All right, here it is. This guy right here sweeps him. Now watch what happens here. Boom! See that? Let's go back and look at that again. All because he sweeps this man because of what? Because he was questioning the cops um methods, and then he turns around and shows again and tries to intimidate him, provoke him. And by the way, he was charged with intimidating and provoking a witness and all that because the subject himself was a witness that seen what he did to his sister. So let's watch that again. Boom! And now they're all putting on where this cop's pulling this guy off. You don't see him pulling him off. So they are all guilty of this crime as well, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to say that for the record. They are all guilty. I don't know why they haven't been charged, but that's how it goes. But so let's just go to the story itself and let's watch it. This first one, when the allegations first come out about him, and let's watch how the media plays this off, right? Because the media, they can't get right. They're just catching up to what we already know as activists and cop watchers, right? So let's just watch this real quick.
With a deeper look into allegations against a Fall River police officer. I'm Shannon Heggie.
And I'm Mike Montecalvo. As we first reported on Eyewitness News at noon, Officer Michael Paseo is charged with multiple counts of assault and battery, intimidating a witness, filing false reports, and destruction of property.
He was first accused of using excessive force on the job 5 years ago. Eyewitness News reporter Caroline Goggins been combing through police reports and court documents and is live with more.
For 5 years, guys, for 5 years, this city citizens have been making complaints, right? They've been making complaints against this guy, this 17-year veteran. Okay, so, we already know what he's been doing for those 17 years, just getting caught up. Because he's been, if you listen very close to what she says, and I'll point it out as soon as she says it, you'll see what I just said is a fact. We can draw that conclusion. Let me put it that way.
Caroline.
Well, Shannon and Mike, tonight we're taking a closer look at the case as the 40-year-old police officer, a 17-year vet of the force, is off the job, suspended without pay. Once a veteran police officer, now facing a slew of charges. Michael Paseo pleading not guilty in a Fall River courtroom Thursday. He's accused of abusing his authority at least 4 times while on the job.
He is alleged to have used excessive and unnecessary force that resulted in injuries to all 4 victims.
Okay, so now let's just stop right there for a second. 4 victims, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're talking about 4 victims. I don't know who the other 4 victims are, and I searched everywhere. They are not releasing them. But we do know, as you will listen, that they have settled for over $200,000 out of this case. And he was sitting there in this proceeding, coming out of this hall of justice, thinking that the blue line was going to restore his badge and give him his honor back and them to cover up evidence. Watch.
Bristol County DA Thomas Quinn says 3 of the 4 victims were treated at the hospital. Tonight, we're digging deeper into the oldest case Paseo was involved in from October of 2014. According to court documents, the victim in that case questioned Officer Paseo's actions when Paseo arrested his sister.
See that?
Documents say in response, Paseo grabbed the victim's arm and used a leg sweep to bring him to the ground on the lawn. Documents indicate the victim's right leg was fractured because of the hit. He had surgery, was left with an infection, and eventually sepsis. Documents say he incurred medical costs in excess of $100,000 for treatment of his injuries.
These allegations undermine people's confidence in law enforcement.
DA Quinn says Paseo is also accused of filing false police reports.
There we go. Let's talk about that for a second. Honestly, let's speak on this. Honestly, do we we know what they're capable of. I'm speaking to the bootlicker. I'm speaking to the person that constantly says, "Oh God, we need you to protect us from ourselves because we don't know any better." I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the other cops that think they're good and they don't kind of get themselves involved in bad policing and they steer from it, but yet they enable this behavior. because you see the other 3 cops didn't stop him at all. They actually put the cuffs on him and took him to jail and then gave him medical treatment and found out that his leg was broke, right? You understand what I'm saying? So let's talk about that for a second. You know what I mean? Let's be the how many times has this cop done this and got away with it? I guarantee it. I'm going to try to. I'm not making no promises, but I'm going to try to FOIA request any and all felony arrest that this guy's done where people's gotten hurt. I'm just going to order body cam after body cam after body cam and find out where at this guy and how many times this guy has done this, you know, and how many times have they covered it up, because this guy filed false police reports covering it up. It's the same thing as an officer saying, okay, I'm going to file a supplemental report to the fact of what happened there. So then, because I said it and it's on the record and that's all there is, nobody's going to get it going against it but the actual perpetrator, and he has no credibility because I'm God. Yeah, I said that right. I'm God because I'm the law, and what I say is law. Let it be written, let it be done. For I am your God, and the God above me is going to supplement my supplications. It's that simple. That's how that rolls. Wrong answer. That is why we're out here. That is why we're activists. And this is why we all need to come together and record these bastards. And we can't let them get away with this no matter how you feel about fear. You have to put your fear aside and say, you know what, for the greater good, what good are you if you're not willing to defend freedom? I mean, I'm thinking about changing my name to Legitimizing Freedom or Legitimize Freedom. I even created a channel on that. Joe, I don't know if you remember that we talked about it a long time ago. I said, hey, man, because I brought that up and you said, hey, that would be a damn good channel name. Well, I got it. I got the original. So because of that. And I just might make a channel out of that one day, because these people delegitimize our freedom. And they walk around us like they're gods, because only a god will, or a person that needs a master would look for that higher authority. You know what I mean? And that is why sometimes I used to troll people back in the day with my voice and not let them speak. And people, they say, yeah, that's not good to do. But see, they don't understand that was a troll tactic, because I am not going to change the mind of the trolls that I'm trolling. And that is what people didn't understand about me. And a lot of people think, well, damn, man, that gets people to hate you even more. That's exactly what I want, because they're never going to get along with me. They're perpetrating. In their heart, they're always going to have that bias. That's why I am not up to 20 or 30 or 40,000 subscribers, because I tell people I don't care about my subscribership. I don't live off of YouTube, and I don't need to kiss your ass or anybody else's ass to tell the truth the way I see it. Okay. And when you sit there and step on me and you can't get me to react the way you want me to, or submit to your will or your feelings about it, and then you get angry when I sit there and let it go for so long, and then I bite that ass, I come back and bite that ass, people get mad, you know, and then they take, small shots at me. And that's okay. Being a rookie on YouTube 3 or 4 years ago, that's what happens. Now I just I don't even care what these people think. It doesn't even matter to me. But check it out. Let's go on.
To cover up his actions. We obtained the report from that incident in 2014, in which Pessoa admits to performing a takedown on the victim. In regards to the
that was a performance, ladies and gentlemen. A takedown performance. Woo!
victim's fracture, Pessoa writes, it is possible that his knee struck the ground in an awkward way, or possibly struck a rock when landing on the ground.
Oh my God, he struck a rock. That's what broke his kneecap in half. Not the fact that the cop literally sweeped him and grabbed his arm and threw him on the ground and broke his kneecap, right? The action itself caused that, not the rock that was sitting there naturally.
said in shock.
Pessoa's attorney, Frank
My
Cameras,
God, he's shocked.
says his client never acted inappropriately.
Oh my God. Listen to these people. Oh Lord, because they said so, guys. But in the end, we're going to find justice.
He says Pessoa
A
is
little bit
now
anyway.
hoping to have his name cleared and his badge back.
Based upon these allegations, Officer Pessoa intends, and I, on his behalf, intend to fight them, and we will do so vigorously.
In the case from 2014, court records indicate the city of Fall River paid out $225,000 to the
$225,000 for doing his job and not hurting nobody and not cause anything and not committing a crime. He didn't commit a crime, but the city paid out $225,000. Okay.
victim to settle the case. Officer Pessoa is due back in court on August 18th.
All right. So we'll get rid of that. And now we'll come up to current date here. Let's watch this again. All right. Boom. Bam. Tat out. Fish out. This is just a couple days ago. Thank you. And let's watch the justice that we get here. Oops, I got it stuck on Joe. I'm sorry, guys. Yep. Let's see. Abuser. Amen. Four Corners, what's up, baby? Good to see you. Holler at me when you can, man. I'd like to lean in on that issue that you have. I looked up some information on that. And I know Freeman's helping you out. And once he does, oh yeah. You're gonna get the justice, I think, and the attention that needs, because them telling you that you are not here. I got one case for you to look up: FBI versus the UCLA versus the FBI. Okay, or Wolf versus the FBI. Look at that and read that really well, because all circuits of every Supreme Court has upheld that. So just to let you know, anybody that has a camera that lives in the United States, that is disseminating information, has that constitutional First Amendment right. So if you bought a candy bar up in here, even if you came from another land as a reporter and you're here because that's your business, that's what you do, and you bought a candy bar, you have that right. Anyway, here we go.
Police officer is going to prison.
Whoa!
Michael Pessoa was convicted.
Michael Porcello, look at that. Him going to prison for a deal because him got charged with a lot of charges. Felony assaults, intimidating the witness, filing false police reports. Oh, all the gaslighting tactics and the corrosive tactics that comes with it. Yeah, we're talking about all of them. But hey, bootlickers, your court system found one of y'all gods guilty. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna hold your breath until you turn blue? Oh, I gotta troll him a little bit, guys. I'm sorry.
By a jury last month after this disturbing surveillance video came to light of him assaulting a suspect. 12 News reporter Matt Paddock was in the courtroom today and joins us now live from Fall River with the details. Matt?
Well, Kim, former Fall River police officer Michael Pessoa receiving at least a year and a half in state prison, as well as 1 year of probation following his release.
It is a somber day.
Michael Pessoa sentenced today in Fall River District Court on charges of assault and battery, intimidation of a witness, violation of civil rights, and filing false police reports, all stemming from this incident on February 12, 2019, where Pessoa can be seen punching and wrestling David LaFrance after officers removed one of his handcuffs.
I'm not
He was being released. The cuffs were being taken off, and he was assaulted by Officer Pessoa. The job of police officers is protect and serve, which the vast majority do, and do very well under difficult circumstances.
Bristol County District Attorney Thomas Quinn calling this a difficult case to prosecute, but that accountability was of utmost importance, even going on to say he recommended a tougher sentence.
We recommended 4 to 5 years. He crossed the line. It's that simple. You can't cross the line.
Going on to say that had there not been surveillance video from that night, we could be looking at something much different.
the victim in this case would have been going to jail. Ain't that right, Joe Cool? Ain't that right, AFE, the people's activists, Four Corners, fist in the air, and the rest of you awesome people that joined me today. Thank you. Don't forget to hit that like button, please. We continue to see this. I'm going to say that there has been surveillance from videos from that night. It could have been looking very bad, they say, right?
Especially when it comes to David LaFrance.
He was framed by false charges.
But how many times have we been framed and gaslit by this kind of crap? Because they don't like us. And they say, well, because the public trusts me more than they trust this guy. And I don't like this guy. And I'm going to use my authority. It is why the framers of our Constitution put in the preventatives that gave the authority to the people that wrote Title 18, Section 241 and 242 for this very reason. And it's a floater. The penalties are a floater from 1 to life for a reason. The penalty actually is attached to a death sentence. Hello? For a reason. We need to start using this federal law. I don't care how hard it is for you to make phone calls, to get communication skills. You know what? Practice on them. If practice makes perfect. If you continue to do it, you know what they don't listen to, you know what they do listen to, you finally get it across and you make the proper phone call. It takes practice, ladies and gentlemen. None of us are perfect. Some are better than others, but none of y'all, even the best that out of the groups that are at the top, are still not perfect. You know, I want to refer to a few things when I let this play out.
Didn't think anyone would believe me over the police. So
how many of us said that before? Here, let me replay what that victim said.
Please.
And the moron that's getting sentences like Cyan.
Believe me over the police.
I didn't think anybody would believe me over the police, LaFrance said.
Sorry.
See that? Quote unquote, right on your screen, as this moron right here looks down and to the right in shame.
Well, given the chance to give an impact statement, getting emotional as he ended with this.
Wah! Cry me a river, dude. Hold up. You are not getting the full screen. Crying on my screen. I ain't gonna let you. I'm telling you, this moron right here is the problem with society. Let's listen to him go, wah, wah. I got caught and I'm not sorry. And because I'm a blue line thug that you always protect, because I'm out here giving you all these court costs and fines for free, and you guys need to hold me and cuddle me and give me the smallest necessary, because a jury of my peers found me guilty and they're not right. I gotta appeal this somehow.
Series of events on the night of February 12th, 2019 forever changed and affected many lives. I love my fiance, I love my dogs, I love my friends, I love my family very much. And I just hope I can be with them again soon.
And Pessoa's lawyers did raise concerns about sentencing him to a state prison, given his background in law enforcement. Reporting live in Fall River, Matt Paddock, 12 News.
Tonight, one of the...
So, we've had enough of that, right? Let's just get rid of that right there, because we see exactly how this affects all of us. We all know that, in my opinion, I think more than 2/3 of Americans has either been in jail for like maybe 1 hour to 1 day to whatever, sometime in their life. So they know how it feels. I think that. And they try to get as many people as they can into a jail cell, whether they got charged or not. Hell, me freaking Eyes on Corruption and MCC, they put them into a correctional facility down in Detroit for a crime we never committed. We never committed it. Well, that's why we went to the court and actually went on the sidewalk of the court and had them all out there on that sidewalk so that we would try to get some better understanding of why these tyrants think they can get away with that. So then we can get a change of venue if they did pursue something that was fake. And Brian White, on top of that, which is the Wayne County prosecutor's first chief of investigators in public integrity down in Wayne County, said that the ticket didn't even exist. And he's the one that kind of let the cat out of the bag when he said that that ticket form that it was on is the 1985 form for the tickets they used to give in that time. So it's not even a legitimate ticket up to date. 1985, from 1985 to 1990, you know, they changed the forms of their tickets and how they're written, and then they get to printing them and make it easier and put all the stipulations that are on them. I'm telling y'all, I don't understand that case at all. I never once committed a crime. Did I sound like an uncooperative prick at the time? Sure. Sure, this camera showed that. Showed of us all doing that because they didn't want us to be the defensive pricks that we were being. They wanted us to be the offensive pricks that they were saying we were. But how is it offensive when I'm on our property and they seen us coming and they know that their executive, the chief executive, literally resigned that day because they were guilty of dereliction of duty that flooded out the islands, the Grosio Islands in 94, which people were freaking drowned and died in that because of their dereliction of duty. That is what they were hiding, ladies and gentlemen. That is what the whole cover-up is. And we can't get no justice for that. That should be a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. And it's not, because too many bootlickers and too many people and jealousy, bias, and hatred out here will not allow it. It's not just the systematic people. It's not just the judges. It's not just the lawyers. It's you, the people that allowed that. There should have been protests on that. So what if we were there to create content? That's what journalists do. They create content. They're content makers. That is the content that they give you and disseminate that content to you. It's my right. It's a God-given right. That's why we press. And it is agitating to ask the questions. It is agitating to assemble where they don't want you to assemble. And that's exactly what they were agitated about. But they didn't care. And they still don't. I'm not a sue-happy dude. But I'm telling you, I'm 3-0. So when I do get somebody that actually wants to take, I even found out more information about how what the reality is and how people take cases contingent on its outcome and the effects of their careers. And this guy that says, "Oh, I love you and I love your family and I'll always support you," after he made $115,000 out of me for half of the work that I did. This guy made $115,000 out of me. And you know what? He played a Judas on me. One day I will release some information on this guy where he's doing things that he shouldn't be doing. He's taking things and ingesting things that he shouldn't be doing as a public figure. He thinks that I don't know this about him, but one day it will catch up to him because I've seen him turn his back and I've watched his city do the same thing. And I've been propagating it. I used to propagate these people. I used to put these people up and say, yes, this is this, until I found out, even though I was awarded that much money it still don't matter. It's because of the work that I put in. It's because of my due diligence and my persistence to get justice. And that's how I got it. So a lot of people that sit around here and take this stuff for granted, it's not about the money. It's not about the attention. It is about the people being educated to understand that we don't have to put up from this. We don't have to put up with this from the people that we know as public servants. They serve us. So I'm going to read some chat on this, and then I'll bounce. Let's see. Just take their word. Yep, there you go. The people actually, Liberty says, just take their word for it and don't try to apply logic. Exactly. So I'm assuming that he was talking about when he was filing the false police reports that he was actually charged with, right? He was actually charged with that for covering up his crimes. Although, yeah, I could just do supplemental reports. Just throw them in there, right? Because, whatever I say, nobody's going to go against. And that's just how that goes. Let's see. Most of these places accept federal funding. Yeah, they do. Right on. Thank you, Four Corners. I won't say that tonight. Exactly, Liberty. They receive federal money. Yeah. All of them. Yep. Exactly. A suspect of what? I know. It's crazy, isn't it? No question. Would they have also painted it a effing eulogy picture of him on his arrest affidavit? Yeah, I got you. Should have been sentenced longer. Heck yeah. I think I want to know about the other three people. Where's the other three people? We got three people that he's victimized, and one got justice. Where's the other three, and what'd he do to them? I want to look that up. Even A Broken System, Broken Trust and I was actually we've been talking about like doing some things like going back on these old cop watches, or excuse me, the cops, that they put on A&E, and actually just because they're out there still playing, and there's tons of Fourth Amendment violations. For an example, but you know how the narcotics or vice in every city and every state are out there in the drug neighborhoods at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and you just happen to have a guy that lives in a neighborhood, has his morning cigarette, ready to go get his morning coffee. He drives past. He only lives right down the street where they're watching, and all of a sudden, wee woo, they're pulled over. And the reason for them being pulled over is very clear. It said, well, you're in a drug neighborhood that is suspicious, that most people that come here are here to buy drugs. What are you here for? And of course, we all know to say, I don't answer questions, and what's your name and badge number? And I'm going to roll my window back up this far and go F yourself until your supervisor gets here. Take the keys out of the ignition, throw them on the freaking thing. That will take their suspicions that you are not trying to get away, and that no guilty person shows any type of behavior that they're not going to flee. Okay. So that is where you get them to comply or either take off on you. Like, those other morons did in the story that Lackluster did on me that's got 1 million views right now. Over 1 million views. So, and my other story got like I think it's 2.1 or 2.2 million views, and, they're wanting to know. I keep getting emails. Hey, where's the addendum to this? Because it was very clear to logical people that are in society of public opinion that they violated the crap out of me, let alone the other 3 that were there. Hey, what's up, For the Record? Good to see you. Glad to see you in here, man. Let's see. I've been meaning to add more people to, yeah. Oh, wait, I screwed that up. Man, I'm sorry. You guys definitely share each other's information and your links in here. As I hope that when I come to yours that you would do the same for me and uphold each other and give each other the respect that we deserve. And this is a point that I want to stress out to everybody listening to the sound of my voice. Do not, and this is just my opinion, and I just want to give it straightforward. Do not fall for the dope fiend move when somebody approaches you to get involved in their drama with some other person that you get along with or that you respect out here. Do not do that. It's not good. All it does is stir crap up amongst the brethren, and it's none of our business to be cheerleading for other guys out here that we like over other guys, when the narrative is that we need to be banding together and supporting one another, whether we like each other as a person or not, or respect each other as a person or not. The bare minimum is that you can respect the work and the necessary anarchy that they are to get justice for the people. I say that from my heart. I don't want to disrespect anybody, and I have no intentions on disrespecting nobody that doesn't deserve it from my point of view and what I think they're trying to do to us as a community, or to us as a group of people, of individuals that come together that have the same values and share the same values. I think that everybody should listen to your own judge of character and say, I ain't getting involved in that, and have the boss to say that to somebody else. Look, I ain't trying. Oh, I don't care. That's in between you and them. Don't put me into it. Hey, I've told that to a lot of people. I will not. And I've learned a big lesson out here of trying to be the fix it when there's not, because there's drama in every group. Look at, and this is what I wanted to go over, what I said I wanted to hit a few points on in the community itself. This fake ass community, the word itself, a community has rules and guidelines. If nobody's following that, it's not a community. It's just a bunch of people that are individuals that are trying to get their rights, or some people are just out here to make money. Some people depend on this money. This is their paycheck. A lot of people have told me, I got to wait till the 21st. I know who you are and I know what you said. And I hear them say that. So, and I'm not judging them for that, as long as they keep the narrative. And when they delegitimize each other or try to say that somebody else is faker than somebody else, look, I know that I've made mistakes. Why can't you admit it? We're all human beings. And quit trying to put yourself in this box to where you're well spoken and everything you say is well said. Therefore, you get a trophy for that. And now because everybody's accepted you, and in the little identity politics things where people say, oh, I'm not involved in that, they're big time involved in that, because when it comes to race and color, people value that over what the person is saying, and they get legitimate just because of their color. And that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And for you clout chasers out there, it's really funny when somebody admits saying, I don't give a, because I chase clout and I'm going to be, and they have no shame. You should have shame. If you're a clout chaser, you should have shame. Unless you're just out here saying, this is what I do. This is what I depend on it. And the person that said that to me is not making a dime off of you two. Because they can't get there. You know what I mean? And it's like, they get jealous of me. Man, I only got, what, 8,000 subscribers? Who cares? I don't even care. I have talked to so many so-called cop watchers and auditors out here, and they're on the record saying that they know, you know, that I told them that they will surpass me, and I'm proud that they will, and I hope that they do. Everybody has heard me say that if you were beneath the subscriber amount that I was, because that's just the way I am. I congratulate people, and especially if you need the money. And it's hard to get a job out here for some people because of their convictions, dumb, stupid convictions that were 30 years ago, you know. It's and you know, people change. People need to stop thinking just because people are in this, they're ex-cons, therefore they have nothing to lose because there's no shame in their game. That's not the truth. Now, granted, yeah, there are some people that have experience from the other side and see the injustices from the inside looking out, let alone from the outside looking in. And nothing justifies this 241, 242 behavior, guys. It doesn't. Title 18, them 83s were put in the Constitution for us to exhaust our remedies and be able to come up to one of the 5 elements of the First Amendment, which is the attribute of redressing. You have to be able to redress your government. That's awesome. I'm glad that people are paying attention. I'm glad that people have their own judge of character. And thank you guys for you know, giving me this time out of your day to listen to another voice, to share this news with you, that another piece of crap gets a little bit of what he deserves. Maybe, just maybe inside there, somebody will serve him what he really deserves. Or maybe if he comes out and actually does something and says, you know what, I should do this. I would love to get him to admit where he was wrong and how we can use his knowledge to make a difference in this world and stop people from doing what he did that is on the other side. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this short. We're 44 minutes into it. God bless y'all. I thank you for coming. Thank you, everybody. Y'all are awesome people. Keep up. Keep your heads up. And ask whatever you believe in to give you strength. I asked the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who rose me from my deathbed, to give me strength and courage to move on, dealing with all these health issues that I go through. I still find the courage and the strength to come out here and have a voice to tell you what I think from my point of view of what I'm seeing in the truth that needs to be disseminated to the public. God bless you. God keep you. And Wolvie's back quiet reading the mail for sure. See you on the next one.